Good day. We'll be presenting a capstone project, Rooms to Room, a semi-immersive 3D virtual environment for gamified learning. Behind the idea and development of this project is our team along with our mentor.
So, what are the existing problems that we want to address? Primarily, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, schools have to adapt hybrid learning without adequate preparation. Students and teachers alike are slow to adapt to the new non-classroom learning environments. Furthermore, inadequate peer interaction affects the students' learning process and motivation. Thus, students are not achieving the desired level of competency or mastery. With that, we have come up with an innovative solution that RoomstoRoam can offer. RoomstoRoam provides a 3D semi-immersive learning environment where teachers can conduct gamified virtual assessments for their students, wherein the assessments are enjoyable, engaging, and challenging at the same time, and where students get to upgrade their learning experience by immersing themselves in a 3D virtual classroom. The students can explore uniquely designed rooms depending on the subject. To keep learners engaged when there are no available assessments provided by the teacher, they can take on challenges and be immersed in an interesting storyline with adventure mode. Speaking of, Rooms to Roam have two modes: the assessment mode, where the teacher conducts the formative assessments for the class, and the adventure mode, where the player, following a storyline, will need to traverse through each room and complete the tests or challenges in order to proceed to the next. For a game like Rooms to Roam, the ideal major customer groups within this industry are the basic education teachers, university professors, students, and any educational institutions.
Moving on to our core features. First, teachers can create and curate assessments using a web app. It's a web platform that serves as a management system for teachers to create, publish, share, and duplicate customizable assessment templates, as well as track students' records and progress. The second feature is that learners take the assessment using Rooms to Room on a mobile or desktop app. So within the virtual school, students can remotely interact and collect 3D objects being identified. Third, a leaderboard to keep track of students' progress. This shows students' results in a specific subject. And lastly, a virtual room specified for each subject. This is where the assessment takes place. Lessons are mostly based from depth ed and instructions are module types. It covers classification, identification, matching type, and timeline. As students will be able to take their current assessment by entering their subject room, they can answer each question by locating and collecting the 3D objects based on the needed objective. They then put it on its respective placeholder to assess if they got it right or wrong.
Let's have the subject chemistry as an example, having the chemistry room and its game mechanics. So in this room, the type of assessment that I'll be doing is identification. There will be 10 placement holders and 10 objects needed to be placed in a specific placeholder. As we click play, we can see the lower left corner, the time also started. Upon taking the assessment, the smaller the time taken for the test, the faster the student cleared the room, the bigger the points is given. Now let's try answering the assessment. So we can pick up and drop object needed for our placeholder, namely the beaker. So after we find the beaker, we can put the placeholder. As we drop the object to the placeholder, it will turn green, which means we put the correct answer. Now let's try to put the wrong object. As we can see, it turns the placeholder red for wrong. So basically, we need to correctly put the object into the place. Now, let's try to find the correct answer so we can drop the object to a specific placeholder. It will turn back to green. After the student cleared the room, the placeholder position will be randomized. So the student will not just memorize the place object, but also he or she should familiarize its name. The randomization is to be implemented soon as we focus on making the first person movement and also pick up and drop objects.
On the first image, you can see our team working on the assets to be used for the assessments. And the second image is of one of our team members giving a brief demo on how the game assets would work or would look like in the game engine.
We are currently in the production stage for our game. Most of our assets and rooms for the assessment mode are ready to be deployed to the game engine and be implemented with the finished assessment game mechanics. The characters for the adventure mode, both protagonists and antagonists, are also ready to be deployed to the game engine.
The splash screen animation and level design are also in constant development. So far, for the assessment mode, we have implemented 2 out of 5 game mechanics: identification and classification. We have also finished modeling 185 game assets, 18 virtual rooms where the assessments will take place, and have identified 18 initial subjects.
And lastly, for our proposed use of funds, the following are the needs to be invested: game production, so you'll be paying for the developers, and marketing and social media campaigns. And that is all for Rooms to Room. Have a great day.